Hey, it's me, TB, and today I'm bringing to you my TBR for May. Usually I don't do these, but I'm pretty sure I have my general TBR kind of like figured out, so I'm doing one now. If you did not know yet, which I'd be surprised if you don't know, I started a book club in April that's focusing on reading queer literature, and the book for April is The Sword in the Street by C.M. Kaplan. And from what I remember of this one, because I don't have it pulled up right now, it's basically following these two boyfriends, and one is kind of trying to duel to, I guess, make money, and the other is learning magic with the intention of trying to use magic to help his boyfriend become a better sword fighter, except he gets more magical trouble than he can handle. That's all I really know right off the bat. I will have links to both my announcement video where I talk about it in depth there, link down below, as well as the Twitter account for the book club, so you can get all the updates about that. So first, I am reading Last Sacrifice by Rochelle Mead. This is the last book in the Vampire Academy series, and I'm reading this as part of a read-along that is, going on. I'm already 150 pages in, so I might actually finish this in April because I'm filming this a few days before the month ends, so who knows. But this series is following Rose and Lissa. Lissa is a vampire and Rose is a half vampire and is Lissa's bodyguard, basically. But they're both still in the academy and they have to be trained to, use their powers and their strength wisely, except Lissa still has not found an element to kind of master in, which becomes a problem. And Rose is very headstrong and she kind of gets in a lot of trouble, and that kind of makes it so it's always hit or miss on whether or not she's going to be able to stay at this academy. Obviously, that is book one synopsis, or summary, I guess. This is book 6. I'm not going to talk about spoilers. Besides, it's already getting pretty intense. So yeah, continuing on with the theme of buddy reads, there is Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas. We were supposed to read this in, I think, April, but Kath got busy with school stuff, and now I'm busy with school stuff. So we will probably get to this in Mayish. Maybe we'll finish Kingdom of Ash 2. I do not know yet. Either way, all I know about this is that it is Cale's book, and he is going off to the southern continent to kind of get help because he's paralyzed. And yeah, that's all I know. I'm told most people skip this book because it's Cale, but I kind of want plot details. So yeah. Did we need a book about Cale that is this long? No. But I will take it and hope we get some good POV characters that aren't Cale. And finally, in the buddy read department, there is War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. I am doing a read-along for this, and May is our last month for this. I think I'm almost up to speed for this month. Yeah, I'm pretty close to being done with this month's section. So last month, or May, will be our last 250 pages-ish. Then we'll be done with this behemoth, so that's great. Basically, this is about the war between Russia and France, and just kind of following the lives of a few nobles, how their lives change over the course of this extended period of war. Because where I am right now, it's been roughly 10 years since the start. So, people have died, they've gotten married, they've had kids, all that stuff. And yeah, it's been pretty exciting. So I can't wait to finish it so I can have my final thought. Next up is Pamphylia to Amphilanthus by Lady Mary Roth. I am writing a paper about this sonnet collection. So I want to read the full thing because it's a weird rule where we can only write about the poems that are technically in our textbook. That's a bind up of poetry, so I can't read the full thing because otherwise I'm gonna get just distracted by poems in this. So I'm going to save this and read it in May once I am done with classes and stuff. So basically, this collection is basically just our narrator Pamphylia kind of talking about her love for Amphilanthus and how it makes her feel and all that kind of stuff. It gets kind of deep and depressing at times. So that's very cool. And yeah, I just Roth as a poet, so that's why I'm here. Next up, I want to knock off a few books from my 21 books to read in a 2021 video. So I'm going to be reading Mongrels by Stephen Graham Jones. All I know about this is that there's a werewolf, and our main character has to kind of decide whether or not he wants to kind of go with his family's way of life or kind of do his own thing. That's all I know. But I've heard good things, and I've liked what I've read Stephen Graham Jones before, so I'm sure I'm going to like this one. The next on that list is Sawkill Girls by Claire Legrand. I've owned this book for a while now and haven't read it yet. I want to read it to kind of get it off my TBR. It's also one of the last unread YA books I own, so I kind of want to read this, kind of clear off the rest of my YA. Me and YA have been very hit or miss recently, so kind of just want to get rid of what I have if I don't like it, Basically, there's like a monster at this place called Sawkill Rock, and these girls go there, and I assume like horror stuff ensues. Probably, who knows? Next up is a reread that I've been planning for the longest time but haven't gotten around to it, and that is The Boy from the Mish, Gary Linsborough. Meaning to reread this since I first read it back in like early March, I think, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. And I might actually read this one for the month ends too, because I want to read it so badly. And I also want to do like a review video for it, so you know, there's that too. But yeah, this is like a YA contemporary that follows queer Aboriginal Australians. And this one, we are following 17-year-old Jackson, and it is Christmas time in Australia. And when his family comes down to kind of visit and celebrate the holidays, they bring another boy named Thomas, and you know, feelings happen. Stuff ensues. It was a good time. I give it 5 stars. Probably gonna give it 5 stars again. Probably. It was just a cute time. So yeah. And I saved the like most important one for last because I know this is the one that people are going to comment on. So I saved it for last, so that way you will all comment about it so I can know you watched the video fully. And that is Clockwork Angel. Mostly I'm planning on reading the entire Inferno Devices trilogy for a reading vlog, so expect that. Basically, with the way that y'all hyped this series up, I hope I love it, because y'all said City of Bones was like bad, but wasn't that bad. So I'm sure that it's gonna be like better. I mean, it doesn't have Clary, so I mean, it's like kind of like by default better, you know? They're not gonna talk about what this is about because it's the fucking Infernal Devices. No reason to waste time. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe, like, share, all of that. And hopefully I will see you next week.